What is going on, guys? Today I wanted to talk about something that is really exciting for me. So as you know, Black Ops 1 and World at War, they're getting heavily referenced in zombies again, with the Giant and Eisendrache. And so I was a bit disappointed that nothing from Black Ops 2 would be referenced, except for Mob and Origins. You know, I was looking for Transit, Die Rise, Buried, and so, you know, I thought nothing of it. Until someone on Reddit, his name is Haliconic, I think that's how you pronounce it, he posted a thread and an image showing that the big guy was in this picture right here. Now, when I first played, I couldn't see anything like with this picture. Like, I thought nothing of it, just about the Wolf King and all that and his story. So when he got to it, and I looked at it, and he circled it, and instantly my mind clicked. Holy shit, this is the big guy. Now here's a little comparison image I put together just to help you. I've got him at the same angle. Hopefully you should be able to see the resemblance, the arm, the blue strap, his head is kind of similar. And so, you know, I got really excited, but, you know, it doesn't exactly confirm him. You know, as you see on his hand, he's got a ring. And so this could actually be a woman. That's what I've heard around as well. And it would make much more sense, you know. She's crying for her dead husband, the king, and she's wearing a blue dress and, of course, the ring. But I just feel the resemblance is too uncanny to kind of dismiss it being the big guy. Like, I just can't get over that exact pose right there. So what I've done is I've kind of gathered all the evidence that may suggest that it is the big guy. Now first off, if you go inside the castle and you go to an open window in the armory or in that window right there or in between Dr. Maxie's and Samantha's room, you can hear what sounds like zombies. I'm going to play a clip of what it sounds like. Now there's multiple voices you can hear, and they do sound like zombies, you know, the typical sound, but they don't sound like any of the sound effects you hear from any of the zombies in-game. It does sound a little bit deeper than normal. So now I'm going to play you a clip from the big guy from Buried. So they do sound pretty similar. They're not exactly the same, but the tone and the aggressiveness of it, I just feel like it could possibly be from the big guy. So I don't know what is going on. Like I said, it could be zombies, but I'm just, with this big guy possible sighting, maybe I'm just hearing the big guy in these sound effects as well, but I don't know. I think it's a possibility it could be him. Now here in between Dr. Maxie's and Samantha's room, we have a couple of bookcases, and in one of these bookshelves is a book, and it's titled Lost Ghost Towns of the Old West. Now this is an obvious reference to Buried. It couldn't be a reference to anything else. The thing is though, I don't think that there are any other references to any of the other Black Ops 2 maps or any other maps. I'm not sure, because there are like a fair amount of books, but I don't know if they specifically reference like a map exactly like that. Lost Ghost Town of the Old West, like that. It's clearly a Buried reference, right? So what I'm getting at is, why would they go to the trouble of making that reference? It could of course just be a reference of it, you know, but coupled with this other stuff, the big guy and the sounds, you know, it can all fit together to create a nice puzzle or story. With this book here, it does show that maybe Group 935 did actually know about the town of Buried. Now this next part is complete theory, just based off the evidence. It's not actually confirmed, but I feel like it could fit. So the big guy was there during the Apothecary War. Why and how he's there, I don't know. He may be more normal back then, or maybe he was like he is now back then. We just don't know. But he did care about the king, and he's obviously upset with his death. So then next we hear that he is underneath the castle. As for how he got there, I'm not exactly sure, but maybe he stayed in the castle because it was a familiar place with him. And then over the years and the centuries, eventually Group 935 took the castle. They found him and then they just did experiments on him. And I think this explains his key behaviour in Buried, but I'll get into that in a minute. So with the Lost Ghost Towns in the Old West book, I feel this suggests that Group 935, or at least Maxis, knew about Buried's town. So he or Group 935 end up going there with the big guy. They either lock him up or they just leave him there and abandon him. Cue forward to Buried, when Misty, Martin, Russman and Samuel make their way there. When they first get there, he's locked in jail. And when they unlock the cage, he isn't happy, he's scared of them. And I think this is explained with Group 935 possibly experimenting on him. It's also possible the serum used on Dempsey, Nikolai and Takio, as you can hear in the Call of the Dead radios, was used on this guy. He has an addiction to booze and candy, and if you go on his fists, you can see tattoos on his arms or a marker on his arms that says sugar and shot, which would be like a shot of a drink. And this would fit in line with the effects of what happened with Nikolai. He became addicted to alcohol apparently, or at least Richthofen thinks so, because of the serum. And I think this also explains why he's afraid. With Group 935 experimenting on him, and also possibly seeing the Apothecan War with humans warring with each other, I think he became scared of humans. And the only way to get him out is to coax him with his addictions, booze and sugar. Now the zombies also ignore him, they don't even try to attack him. And this may be a side effect of Group 935's experimentation, or something completely different, as the picture does suggest that the big guy has been alive for a long time. But it's a poignant thing to see that he doesn't care about zombies, but he's scared of humans. And the fact is, when you shoot him or an explosion goes off near him because he threw a grenade or whatever, he runs back to his cell scared and he locks it. So I feel with all these pieces together, it may suggest that the big guy is here in Der Eisendrache. Now because the timeline is being rewritten, he hasn't gone off to Buried, so something may happen with him, something may not happen with him. It's possible he's in the painting, but it's not him under the castle. But I feel like this is a definite nod towards the big guy. Now of course remember, this is all a theory, but it's one I want to be true. I want to see more references to Black Ops 2 with Transit, Dire Eyes, Buried. We're going to get Mob and Origins references. We already do with the Mob of the Dead plane. And we've covered basically Black Ops 1 and World of War with the Group 935 references, the Moon references and all that. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction and we will start seeing more and it'll become a more integrated story. I want to say a big thank you to Hallie Connick for actually showing me with that thread he did, and Blind Bus Driver, he actually helped me with the book, I didn't even know it was there, and he also told me about the sound effects, so big thanks to you, dude. I've written a thread on CODs, there's a link on screen right now and there's also one down in the description box. Alright guys, hopefully that's the big guy in the painting. I will see you later.